Hi guys, welcome back to a new game. So today I have one game that I played. It was a blitz game. So let's go through the game itself. As I said, it was a French defense. So I played the move e4, the normal opening, and they replied with e6 with d4, and then they replied with d5. So at this point, black enters the French defense. However, white. So my pieces choose an uncommon setup by playing bishop e3 early and aiming for active development rather than maybe just book theory. So a bit about the game. The game started quietly, as you saw on the French defense, but after which it became a bit more tactical. The sides developed naturally, but I gained a bit more active pieces. I went for the pawns, I activated the rooks. Uh, w- I did make a blunder in this case, but it wasn't capitalized on. Uh, and stick around for the checkmate that I gave this opponent. Okay, so as I said, this is a 3 minute game, a blitz game, 3 plus 2 seconds increment. Um, so yeah, let's go further with the game. So they took my pawn. I developed my bishop. They wanted to develop as well. Okay, let's go through till one of the key moments in the game. Let's see. So as you see, the engine gives a bit of a question mark, exclamation mark there, because it shows that it was an inaccuracy. Because maybe a move like Queen E2 would be better by developing a move, and then possibly if I remove the knight, opening the rooks and connecting the rooks itself. But my thought process with this was, if this pawn is defended, I can maybe remove this bishop in the future and get my queen on the attack as well. Because if this knight came here, it would be attacked twice. So I just thought to not make these pawns a problem anymore. So I played that move. They came inside with their knight. I offered my knight there because at this moment their knight is strong. It isn't defended yet, but it's easily defendable with maybe a pawn here. And why it's a strong knight? Because I have no other pawns that I can attack it anymore. So I offered my weak knight as a trade, and they took it. Took it. I took with the queen. They developed their other knight, and I brought my other rook into the game, which meant that all my pieces were at this point active. They played a6 move. It's not a bad move. It's kind of like a waiting move, but you're not doing anything to further your development. So they just play that to attack my bishop, I think. But yeah, after I played my bishop on g5. And so what happens with this one? I immediately challenge black's most important defender by this with this move. Um, it does create long-term pressure rather than immediate tactics, but it is always better to remove their one of their important defenders off the board. So they took it. I could have taken with the queen to maybe trade queens itself, but I just took with a knight. Okay, they attack my knight. I went back b5. So b5 is a move that they played. I just went back. However, you do see the exclamation mark. So according to the engine, I should have played knight here, attacking the king. If they take me, you can see the yellow bar, it went up because I can easily um, come in with my queen, bring this rook over here, even bring this one inside and maybe go to that side. So it was gonna be game over very soon. So in this case, maybe the king goes here and yeah, we just attack from there on. So yeah, let's see, they played there. I went back. They still went there because the correct move itself is still that I can go here, but I didn't see that. I went back again because it's still giving me two question marks because still the best move was knight to f6. Okay, let's go through. So now they're attacking my knight, but I just went there. And still it gives two question mark because still the best move in this case was knight to here, right? Okay, but I played here, which was move 17 if I'm correct. Let's see, yes. So what happened here? My knight was attacked. It was defended twice, but it was attacked, and it is my most powerful piece at this moment because it is the most active. It is the most threatening, and this is an active square. Why is it an active square? Because uh, this outpost attacks first this bishop, which is undefended, and also it is my knight is defended by this pawn, and black doesn't have any pawns on these squares to push my knight away. So that does made it look like a strong outpost. Okay, the bishop went there to protect it. Let's see, went there. So this one was simple. I'm threatening a mate here, mate option here, and of course they saw it, so they close it off. I played there, went there. So yeah, this was the next key point or key move in this case. This would have been the turning point because I so my rook already did have an open line, but I brought my rook into the game and made it a very active rook instead of just maybe staying passive on the f1 square. Um, other points why I did this is firstly um, to maybe bring my other rook here to help defend it. I couldn't put it here. I couldn't put it here. I could have put it here, but I don't know why anymore. Maybe to come here to attack the knight and um sacrifice my rook or something like that. But yeah, I played the rook here and they went there. So this position, this was a good move for black because first of all you attack my rook. Second of all, you threaten checkmate. But it's easily defended, both of them. So yeah, I played there, they went there, and then here is the next move that I played. So you do see the two question marks. There was a better move. The better move was to go from the knight to here because at this point I'm forking both of the rooks. Um, it is better, but when I trade these rooks, or when I trade my knight for one of these rooks, I will be losing one of my important pieces. So this was an important piece, and these two were quite passive pieces. So I thought, why not go for something that's technically winning a pawn, but also opening the center as well for us. So I took on e6. I took on e6, forking the king and the rook and the queen. Um, And then by that, I'm kind of forcing black to give up their white square bishop for this knight. So they took it, I took it back. Yeah, and by that move, the strong bishop is gone, although my knight is gone, but their strong bishop is gone, and the pawn in the middle is gone as well. Okay, so as you see, I'm uh I'm continuing the attack, and every move increases my activity. Next move, they're attacking. They have a fork on me. So the fork is there, but since this is a strong knight as well, I chose to take it as well. Let's see. So although it does seem that I'm not really sacrificing, but yeah, I'm taking a knight and giving them my rook. So I am behind in material at this point. Um, However, their knight was pretty active, and yeah, so I just thought to take it. They took back. I went there. Let's see. We check went there. Ah, okay. So here's a good moment to maybe pause. Why did I move my king to f1 instead of h1? Mhm. Because if I went to f1, as you can see, the elo bar went down. Simple tap tactic, come here, take it, and the rook puts me in checkmate. So yeah, that was not gonna happen, so I came there. Mm, so black wins a pawn in this case. Um, they did win a pawn, but my activity is a bit more stronger than the extra material. I could have taken this pawn, but if I take this pawn, it's easily pinned. Even if I do this, they can play something like this, so I'm gonna be behind the piece. So yeah, didn't take that one. I played my pawn to the front. Just basically give the opponent something to worry about, maybe. Okay, and yeah, so they're attacking the pawn. I went there. They want to attack one pawn. I'm gonna attack another pawn as well. I don't really know why they went there or what they thought the threat was, but okay, they went there and they gave me the opportunity to take the pawn. So they then took this pawn. So look at the elo bar. I'm still losing. I'm still losing, and then one move only made the elo bar go up so high. Um, this is a blunder from black. However, I also did blunder because I did have made in one, but I think due to the time pressure, I didn't really see it. I did see another one. I did see another checkmate. It was just a bit longer. So this is the checkmate I saw. Went there. Only the rook can protect it. I'm taking it. Only the queen can protect. And now it's checkmate. So this is the clean finish. Everything is coordinated. There were no unnecessary sacrifices. However, I did make a couple of mistakes in this case. And yeah, even if you're behind material, don't just give up. Try playing on because you never know when maybe the time pressure will get to you or will get to your opponent, and maybe you can capitalize on something. So what I think I did well in this case, I did have more active development. My knights had excellent placement. My rooks were active in the game. I had, I think, good tactical awareness. The attack was converted quite good, and I did finish with a checkmate. So usually the opponent just quits or yeah, forfeits the game, but I'm glad that the opponent was able to stay for me to mate him. What my opponent did well, they developed normally. They defended patiently in the opening. They had the more active queen in the counterplay, and they stayed resourceful until the final combination, of course. Resourceful because even though they didn't have a clear win yet, they just went ahead to take some pawns and further their position. So the key lessons for this game is active pieces beat passive pieces. As you saw with their rooks and my pieces, their rooks were not as developed in the beginning. Don't rush an attack before development because you never know what your opponent is gonna do, and it's always better to have a backup piece defending than the needed piece. A rook lift can change a position, and initiative is often worth more than some material. Furthermore, when sacrificing or before sacrificing, calculate some forcing moves, like something that the opponent does have to do, so that the sacrifice will not be in vain. So, um, the game, the biggest lesson from this game isn't the checkmate. It's how every active move build up to that final combination. So the attack was created step by step. However, the opponent did make a blunder, which provided me with the opportunity to checkmate the king. So yeah, that's it for today. This has been episode 3. Um, I do have a little bit of an announcement, I think, because in the coming weeks I'll be trying to make um live chess videos while playing, but I'll be creating a new account on Chess, so I'll be starting from the bottom and working my way up however high I can go, and then providing you with these games. So yeah, guys, that's all for today, and hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe. Bye.